Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on my top recommendations for autumn perfumes, or fall as you guys in America call it. I've done one of these videos each year for the past few years, but I've had some requests to do an updated one, and of course new perfumes have come out. So I'm going to go through my top recommendations of what I'll be wearing this autumn, and I'm going to be talking you through new release ones which are great for autumn, as well as like older ones and more affordable ones. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We're all about perfumes. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos just like this, so do check them out. And of course my blog, I have an article on there on the best autumn and fall perfumes, as well as hundreds of other articles, so I'll leave that link down below. And if you're a regular viewer, do make sure that you are subscribed. Most people that watch these videos are not subscribed, and we are nearly at that 100k mark. I'd love to make it before Christmas, so please do support me there. And down below in the description box I will link to where you can buy all the perfumes I talk about for UK, Europe, North America, Australia, where they're available. Some of the new releases might not be out everywhere yet. And you can sign up to my newsletter in the link in the description box as well as pre-ordering Empress, my perfume that's coming out in not long at all, looking at a November launch date, and it's 10% off. It's applied at checkout until the launch while it's just a pre-order, so that is linked down below and that has worldwide shipping. But before we get into today's video, I wanted to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Ana Luisa Jewelry, my favorite jewelry brand. They have so many new releases for the autumn. If you aren't aware of Ana Luisa, then they are a sustainable jewelry company. They use recycled gold, transparently sourced gems. They're carbon neutral, water neutral, a really positive brand, and they just produce limited quantities in batches that are released every Friday. Really unique designs, changing all the time, and they're also super affordable. They start from around like $35, $39, and they ship worldwide as well, and it's really quick. They come in really nice like recycled packaging, and then these cute little sort of gift presentation bags which are nice like organic cotton. And then the latest pieces that I've picked up are these new dangly earrings which are really fun, and then I got this necklace which has this sort of turquoise stone on it, which works really well with this plain sort of gold necklace with the beads on, and this bangle which I'm really loving. It works really well for going over my autumn jumpers. It's a nice really thick gold, really heavy, so really liking that. And then of course my rings that I always wear are from Ana Luisa, and anything which has any kind of defects they donate to charity. So far they've donated over 3,000 pieces. So I do have a discount code for you guys if you want to treat yourself or treat someone else. You can use code SOKI10 for 10% off. Link is down below in the description box, and I definitely recommend checking them out. I'm always wearing the different pieces. I get so many questions and comments about where they're from. So definitely worth checking out if you're looking for a gift or just a present for yourself, something new for the autumn. Cool. So I've just gone through the process of like swapping out my wardrobe, bringing out my more warmer weather and getting rid of all my hot weather stuff, which is always a bit sad. And I've done the same with my perfumes that I keep like on my dressing table, my everyday ones that I'm wearing at the moment, and getting rid of those like coconut and tropical ones and bringing in more warmer autumnal ones. So I'm going to start off with some that aren't particularly new, and some you might remember from last year. So one of the first ones I reached to bring out onto my dressing table was Valentino Voce Viva Intensa. This is relatively new. I think it came out last year. We have the Voce Viva and then this Intensa version. This is the one that has Lady Gaga as the face of the fragrance. And I think it's a great transitional autumn fall fragrance because it's a little bit too heavy for the summer, but it's not quite like super cozy, intense winter vibes. It has a bourbon vanilla in the base, which is warming, slightly sweet, but it's also got plenty of orange blossom and jasmine, which lift it and don't make it overly sweet or sickly. And I think there's a real classiness to the bourbon vanilla in here. It smells like you know, like an expensive bourbon drink or something, rather than a sweet vanilla candy. It feels elegant. I would definitely say this would be lovely to wear like to the office or any kind of serious professional occasion, but you can definitely wear this during the day and the evening as well. It's feminine, it's a bit of a boss girl fragrance, but it's not overly intense. It's not like overwhelming. It just sort of hits the right spot, I think. It is more intense than the original Voce Viva, which has some more citrus notes in, and I definitely much prefer it. The bottle looks very similar. It just has a darker red, like a crimson red lid compared to the original, and the packaging looks quite similar as well, so you have to make sure you get the right one. But that's definitely my top recommendation and the one that I thought of first at the moment for a fall perfume. Another one which I have been really impressed with is from Hugo Boss. Now they have this range called The Scent, Boss The Scent, and there's so many in there, and there's some peachy osmanthus ones. I have an article that goes through the whole range. So this most recent edition is called The Scent Le Parfum, and it's stronger, woodier than all the others. So the main note is something called Akigala wood, which I understand is a made-up name. It's a synthetically created name that's patented by Givaudan that create the Boss fragrances, and I really, really like it. It's got real woodiness that really lasts, and alongside that is a woody orange blossom, but it's not orangey like a summer orange blossom. It's much more autumn, cozy, woody, interesting vibes, and I find that the lasting power is really, really good. Synthetic ingredients often are amazing for lasting. There's this kind of stigma around, oh, you want natural ingredients, not man-made. Actually, the man-made ones tend to be better than what nature's done, so I'm all for them. So I really like this. Again, I think you could wear this any time of day. It would be appropriate for the office. I find it really comforting, and it's got a hint of pink pepper, hint of vetiver, but really it's a woody, woody, woody orange blossom, and really, really nice scent. Not like anything I've really smelt before. Kind of along a similar vibe, from Maison Margiela, they have their replica perfume range, which create real life scents, and they have one there called Autumn Vibes. I used to have this, I don't have it anymore, and it literally recreates that feeling of walking through a forest, the bark, the leaves fallen as they do in the autumn. Got sort of mossy notes, cedar, cardamom. It is an eau de toilette, so it's not too heavy, and it's unisex as well, like all the replica perfumes are. So it probably is like an ultimate autumn fragrance, because it literally is called Autumn Vibes, and it's all about the trees and woodiness. I personally found it a bit more towards a masculine unisex side of things, which is why I didn't keep it, but it's definitely one that I wanted to mention here. So another one that's been out for a while is Burberry Her. Now before you comment, I know that there is a Burberry Her Elixir coming out. It's already out in the States, but it's not out here, and I've been asking around and no one even knows when it's going to be launched. But as soon as I can get it, I will review it for you guys. It sounds amazing. But the original Burberry Her, which is quite similar to Ariana Grande Cloud, quite similar to Maison Francisco de Jean Baccarat Rouge 540, is a little bit more of a sweeter scent, but because it has lasting power, heaviness, I don't really recommend it for the summertime. But if you love your berry notes, this like has them all in: strawberry, cherry, raspberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, they are quite elegant with a violet note in, very feminine, and then a sort of woody, vanilla, mossy undertone. It's great for lasting. It's obviously more affordable than the Francis Cote de Jean one, but not quite as affordable as Ariana Grande Cloud. And I do think that Cloud has about the same lasting power as this. They're both good for lasting. There is an intense version as well, which I really like, but I think this is definitely something you can start wearing now that the weather is changing, and it's perhaps a little bit too sweet for the office, but I definitely wear this in the evenings, or you know, going out with girlfriends, date night even, or around the house, because it's got a comforting marshmallowy feel to it, even though it does have that woody base. So moving on to more recent releases that have come out in the past few months. The newest one from Coach I have been really impressed with. I've always liked these Coach fragrances. Their floral blush is great for the summertime. This new one, which is called Wild Rose, is a really deep, sensual rose. It came out in the summer, but I really felt that it was more of an autumn fragrance. And you know, you've got these darker, more autumnal tones. So alongside the rose, there is some deeper, ambery, woody tones. There's some ambroxan in here, which really helps it last. Mossy jasmine. It's definitely a wintry, autumnal rose for sure. Really good for lasting as well. And these Coach fragrances always tend to be really reasonably priced. This is an eau de parfum, but I found it's, you know, almost like an eau de parfum intense. This is a 90ml size. The 50ml of this you can get for like £25. I'll leave the link below where it's discounted. Maybe more towards like 40, 50 for the 90ml, but very affordable, like half the price of a lot of other designer fragrances, and it's great lasting power. So if you like your roses, your more deeper roses, I really do recommend this. It's a bit of a hidden gem, I think. So the new Prada Paradox that has literally just come out, there's been so much hype about this, adverts everywhere. I have a dedicated video reviewing this, but I definitely think it is an autumnal perfume. It's come out now in September and it has a heavy amberiness to it alongside a white floral jasmine and the ambery vanilla, which is quite similar to a lot of fragrances we're seeing released this past year or two, that sort of vanilla jasmine combo. But I have found that this really lasts. The amber comes through, it's quite strong, which makes me think, you know, cozy autumn days, nice to sort of spray around your scarf and cuddle up to. So I do think this is doing well, and I think it will do well. I think this will be one of the best sellers for Christmas. And if you do like your white florals and that slightly warm vanilla amber, it's definitely worth trying. And I do like the bottle, it's nice and thick, and obviously it's the iconic Prada triangle, which works really well. The new YSL Libre Le Parfum, definitely good for autumn and winter as well. Maybe I should have saved this for the winter video. It has all the sort of characteristics of the original and the intense version with the lavendery orange blossom, but this is much deeper, woody ambery, and it even has a hint of saffron in. And of course, being a parfum, it's stronger, more concentrated than the intense version. It's definitely cozy, woody, and I think if you like original Libre or intense Libre, you'll definitely like this, but it's just even better for lasting. And then we have two like wintry cherry perfumes that have just come out. The Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry, which is a black cherry, very deep, and it does have a slightly charcoal burning fiery tone to it, which is really nice. Very much thinking of, you know, we have bonfire night here in the UK, like with burning wood vibes and that kind of thing. So really cozy and nice. And then the new Jimmy Choo I Want You Forever is also a cherry, but it's got a deep rose with it, quite sexy. And I found that they're both good for lasting. They're both eau de parfums. So any fans of cherry fragrances, I'd say the Jimmy Choo one, you have to also like rose. And then this one is a black cherry rather than a red cherry. So it's slightly, you know, it's not sweet, it's more deep, dark, autumnal. And then I have two affordable recommendations for you. First of all, Diesel's Loverdose, a bit of a forgotten perfume that we never really hear about these days. It's been out over 10 years and I've loved it since I first smelt it and set eyes on it. Obviously, iconic bottle, but the smell is so nice and it really confuses me because I look at what the ingredients, the fragrance notes are, and it says star anise, it says licorice. I don't like either of those fragrance notes, and yet I really like this. It's kind of vanilla, but it's a feminine vanilla. It's not really like anything else that exists out there. It's almost a little bit Play-Doh-y, but in a really nice way. And because this has been out for so long, you can usually get it really discounted. I think it is still made, it's not discontinued, but all the other versions of it are. I have a video on them and an article, so I can leave that link below. But you can usually get this really cheap. I'll see where it's on offer and link it below for you guys. But I think just the bottle alone is iconic. And then my other recommendation is Mademoiselle Roche's Couture. These are not that, again, well known, advertised, but they're super affordable. And this one, the Couture version, is all about a woody tonka bean, very cozy, reminds me a bit of Jimmy Choo Fever, which would also be good for the autumn. And we have some orange blossom, some heliotrope, but it really is all about that tonka bean. And again, you can usually get this for maybe like 25 or something. Comes with this cute bow, it's nice on your dressing table, and it's something that probably, you know, none of your friends will have because it's a little bit niche. But yeah, definitely quite an underrated one. And if you like Jimmy Choo Fever, you'll like this. Cool, so those are this year's recommendations for fall and autumn perfumes. Let me know what your favourite go-to is for autumn, and were there any others you'd add to this list? Do let me know down below in the comments. I do read all your comments. But that's it, guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.